Hey everybody, Curtis here with another demo for you. This time I'm going to be featuring this guitar that I got from MJT Aged Finishes. It came as an unassembled kit. The neck was ordered from Musikraft. I'm going to be playing this through my Milkman Sound 20 watt Creamer amplifier. It has Porter pickups, Emerson wiring, and the amp is mic'd with a Sennheiser E906. And I'll let you hear my clean tone now. Add a little bit of reverb. So what we have here from MJT in this guitar is a fantastic 50s style early Esquire. It actually is routed for a Telecaster, which would have two pickups, but we just went with the one pickup because that is exactly what I wanted. And so the neck is from Musikraft. What you do with MJT, the MJT Aged Finishes, they used to they do build complete guitars, and I've had one of those before. You can check the demo out for that on my site. But what I wanted to do here is I kind of wanted to recreate another guitar that I had for a number of years that was my number one, that had some things about it that I didn't really like. I prefer to have a specific type of aging on a guitar and a specific, very specific V-shaped neck. So the other one that I had was a custom shop model, and it had a V-shaped neck that was a little bit bigger, that kind of narrowed down to a narrower, smaller nut, and the V-shape got a little bit smaller and a little bit sharper as we came down to these first frets. And I would actually prefer the neck that's on this guitar from Musikraft. I ordered a boat V, so that rather than being a little bit sharp, it kind of comes down and it rounds nicely in a V and then kind of rounds out the bottom nicely like a boat. And it's nice and chunky, feels really good in my hand, so it's a personal preference, and also something that was available in the early 50s. So it has a 9.5 fretboard radius. I went with stainless frets. Traditionally, they're a little bit brighter. That's what the tone knob is for. And so it has all the appointments of an early 50s neck, except for stainless frets wouldn't really be that common. But I wanted it to be consistent over time and not have to get fret jobs, just to be a solid, consistent, number one player. So the aging on this neck was done by MJT. So you order the neck from Musikraft, have it sent to MJT for finishing. They have an agreement that happens quite regularly. And so this is a select maple flame neck. And so it's just a pretty little option. You can see a little bit of flame there possibly in the video. This is a Lake Placid blue finish on this guitar. And so you can see gorgeous, sort of checking and aging in the guitar's finish there. And it just looks fantastic. White top binding only, which is specific that I asked for. The top has some checking to match the back a little bit. And it's just this beautiful, beautiful finish, and aged exactly the way I like it, not abused, but maybe just like a guitar that had been sitting, in the back of a cold truck. The weather checking kind of happens in ridiculously cold temperatures. And so maybe it's been on the road for a little bit in its life. That kind of look and feel, well loved, well used, and just kind of broken in. So I went with Porter pickups, vintage Tele bridge pickup in this, and it is just my favorite. Emerson wiring. I'll explain the wiring in a second, but I just want to let you hear this pickup a little bit more. So with this vintage Tele bridge pickup from Porter Pickups, what we have is all that traditional Fender Tele twang, snap, kind of bite, brightness, especially when paired with the 3-saddle brass bridge, vintage style bridge on this that came in the kit. So it comes unassembled, but finished. Finished work is all done and aged. The tuners are installed on the necks, but all the little screws for the pickguard and the bridge and all those things are just separately in little packages, and they're aged kind of appropriate to the finish that you've selected, the aging finish you've selected on the guitar. So they just did a fantastic job with it. So that's the pickup. The wiring is very specific on this guitar. Mitch from Emerson Custom, and I had a great conversation with him, and I kind of told him what I was looking for in wiring, which is a little bit different than what my custom shop model of this guitar had. And it's a reversed wiring. So this is actually the volume, this is the tone, and then the pickup selector, rather than the other way around, with the volume in the middle. So this is a reversed 3-way Esquire wiring that they now have available. You can buy this for your Esquire, drop it in, upgrade your guitar. The 3 different positions on it are kind of unique. So the first position right here is just the volume of the guitar bypasses the tone. So you just volume out of the jack. The middle position where I just had it, where I predominantly play it, is volume and tone and out, and I actually generally play it with the tone backed off, maybe at about a 7 out of 10, if that was your scale. And then the first position here, traditionally, you would have a neck pickup, but this doesn't have that, and so this has a nice cool cap in it. Kind of makes it sound like a half-cocked wah, kind of a little bit snarly, a little bit nasally, just something different. It pairs really well with an overdrive pedal, and you just kind of drive in the tubes, and it just gives you that extra kind of snarly, nasally tone, and so I quite like it. So what I want to do now is let you hear those 3 different positions. So I'll give you the traditional position that I use most, with the volume just all the way and the tone backed off just a little bit. So here is and then we will go to the just volume only position. And then we'll go to the half-cocked wah position, and this, there's no tone in this part of the circuit as well, so it's just full out but half-cocked kind of wah, which kind of changes the frequencies a little bit. So that would kind of be used mostly with overdrive. So I have an earth drive overdrive pedal here on the floor, and I will engage that. So that was a traditional position, so now we'll switch to that half-cocked wah with the overdrive. So that is the wiring in there from Emerson Custom, reversed 3-way Esquire wiring kit that you can get. It's now available consistently from Emerson Custom, and they just make the best in wiring kits, and they just drop in, you solder the pickup and attach it to, in this case, the control plate, and so just a fantastic, absolutely awesome light guitar. The body is a light swamp ash body. It weighs, actually I haven't weighed it, but it's pretty much lighter than any other guitar that I own, and I'm very, very pleased with that. And so this is a kit that I got. I did not assemble it myself. I took it to my local luthier, and he set it up. I prefer that. I really believe in local lutherie. Support the local guys because they are the ones that know your local climate and how to set up the guitar for the humidity you normally experience in your part of the world or the continent. And so my local guy did all the setup for me. I actually just got excited and bolted the neck on. The tuners were installed, and everything else was done by my local luthier. When everything arrived, I brought it to him, and he did just a fantastic job, like he always does, setting it up properly, and so it can play consistently, have great intonation, the action's proper, all those things. So you could try and set it up yourself, and if you have problems, then bring it to a luthier. I just decided to go to the best from the get-go, and I'm very, very pleased with this guitar. I highly recommend ordering a Musikraft Neck, getting it sent to MJT, and then getting them to build your ultimate guitar. They do a number of different body styles, a number of different finish or wood options. Both Musikraft and MJT work well together, and they have an agreement that you can do that. So came to me as a kit, but every bit as good or better than my other guitar that was a comparable. I actually like it better because all the specs are exactly to my request. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get a chance to get your guitar of your dreams, and you can check out MJT to make that happen. Thanks so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you absolutely must. Please subscribe to my channel if you can. I do appreciate all the likes and views, and I hope that you have a good day.